So, listen to me when I say this as I make this video. Let me get adjusted here. So, today is January. I don't know why I was about to say December. Today is January 1st, 2021. There's a lot of things going on in my mind in regards to that being something I don't even want to talk about right now, to be honest with you. But I am just... okay, look, I got this weird angle going on here. You can see my humidifier slash diffuser. I just made myself a cup of tea. Of course, I put a napkin over it. Body spray, because I'm not into cologne and stuff, so Bod I just do. And my Himalaya salt crystals, and Buffy and Sailor V over here that you can't see them. But the point is that this is not even about those objects. It's actually about what's going on over here, this bookshelf. So I'm going to... Well, let me get it. Hold on a second. So, a couple weeks ago, I made this list here. As you can see, it has... I don't know if you can see it, actually. It has, like, list number 1 through 27. Though some of the listings are double. But I highlighted all the authors' names. And then I put some little musings of, like, what I'm thinking about a certain book or whatever. So, it's like Maxine O'Callaghan. It's O'Callaghan. I always want to say Galligan, as in David Gallagher. Maxine O'Callaghan series needs to be cleaned up. Sarah Paretsky's short stories I should dedicate a week to reading nothing but short story collections. And By the Sword, which is fantasy by Mercedes Lackey, has been waiting on to be read since 1997. Now it's a cool time to take it on. What this is a list of 27 books, starting from the top of this bookshelf to the bottom. 27 books, authors, just whatever. The point is that they are unread titles, unread authors that I want to focus the beginning stages of 2021 trying to devour and take down. I like the fact that I made this list because it's much more of a visual reminder. You know, I taped this to the top of my bookshelf because of that reason, so I can always look at it and see where am I next on this list and who should be read, and etc., etc. Now, I'm not necessarily going to read this or take on this list in order, but it's just, like I said, a visual idea of where I am. So I like this. Well, just when I need what I'm looking for, I can't find it. Yep, that's the way it goes. Yep. Y'all probably like me. It's like I put something somewhere in for the specific reason that I know exactly where it is, and then evidently it don't be where I put it. I'm mad now. I need to find this. Oh, here it is. It's behind another marker. But anyway, I got this red marker here that I'm going to use to mark out as I go. But yeah, this is the list that I'm going to start the year focusing on. Now, with that said, in 2018, I read the entirety of Marcia Muller's Sharon McComb mystery series. Absolutely love it. I'm super excited that Sharon McComb mystery number 35 will be coming out this August. It's called Ice Cold, I think. Cold Blood and Ice, something like that. It's somewhere on my blog. So that's exciting. Then 2019, I dedicated that year to reading all of Sarah Paretsky's V.I. Warshawski series, the entirety of that. I started trying to read these series and complete them because after the death of Sue Grafton, you know, these two ladies, Marcia Muller as well as Sarah Paretsky, they both write, or they're pioneers or contemporaries, leaders in the whole female private investigator genre that started actually in the mid 70s to, you know, but most robustly presented with Sue Grafton and Sarah Paretsky's characters that debuted in 1983. But nevertheless, the point is that the one person who is actually the very first woman to write a female private eye is actually Maxine O'Callaghan. I always want to say O'Callaghan again, but it's Maxine O'Callaghan. Now, hold on. So I made a separate list, which is actually just a copy and paste from the internet, of the entirety of Maxine O'Callaghan's Delilah West series, reading in 2021. There's another visual clue. But I'm gonna read these books in order. It only consists of 6 books in the main series, and then there's a multitude of short stories. But as you can see, I got a check mark. And the short story, A Change of Clients, debuted in November of 1974. That was the very first female private eye. Fictional private eye, 1974, as opposed to Marcia Muller's Sharon McComb series, which debuted in 1977. So Marcia Muller had a short story already out featuring Delilah West. But I read that, and then I read Death is Forever, which is the first Pillar title, which was released in 1981. I have all of this. And so here they are. Here are the books right here. I've had these for about 2 years now. Except for this one, I just recently got this one. This has the collection of short stories, all the short stories that are featured on this list, because I'm going to read them in publication order. So that's exciting there. And then the first book in the series is Death is Forever, which I read last year. Love this book. It was decent. We'll say it was decent, but yes, it's the first Pillar release featuring Delilah West. So that's on my list. The second book in the series is Run from Nightmare. Got that copy of that. These are dusty because they've been up there for a while. The third book is Hit and Run, which I'm going to be reading too this year. The fourth one is Set Up, this is the book that I just discovered at a used bookstore, and I was like, who is this author and why do I not know about her? And I'm like, well, this is not the first book in the series. There's multiple books in the series that's already been released. And then once I did more research on the author, I was like, she actually was the very first female woman writing contemporary private investigator in fiction, in mystery fiction. But yeah, this was the cornerstone. No, not one will say cornerstone. This was the keystone to me discovering this author. So I'll finally be able to read that. The fifth book in the series is Trade Off. I'm going to have to write these down. And then the final book in the series is Down for the Count, which I've also found in a used bookstore. So I'm going to read these. I'm going to go ahead and dedicate 2021 to reading the completion of the Delilah West mystery series. You know, she's the first contemporary female private investigator, right? So she has to be read. Technically overseas in Europe, P.D. James kind of got a first handle on that with her Cordelia West series. And then there's, of course, Liza Cody's, I can't think of Liza Cody's, the author Liza Cody's, I have the book somewhere. Well, it's Duped. But yeah, they're both English authors who did the Contemporary Woman and Private Investigator also. So there's a neck and neck thing going on with O'Callaghan and those two authors. James's Cordelia West came out in the 60s, so another recommended series, which unfortunately ended after 2 books. But anyway, I just want to share those. So that's kind of where I'm gonna start off 2021 with my reading. The main objective is to read the unread books on this shelf and tackle them. You know, I have like a John Steinbeck that needs to be read, East of Eden classic. So if I could probably put that up or pair that with, let's see, let's grab them here. So if I could pair East of Eden with like Mercedes Lackeys, which is high fantasy, By the Sword, that would be great. That'd be great to finally square that away. My nails are growing from them vitamins, biotin. But anyway, that's it. I don't pressure myself about reading, really. I like to do things like this because I feel like making little goals or organizing. I like to have organization. And anyway, I like these things because they're fun to me. They're fun, they're a challenge, but it's not something to weep about it should I get tired of reading one of the books and just fail altogether. The other point or the other objective is to figure out which books I'm still interested in and which ones that, like, after 50 pages or so, I could just go ahead and take them off, sweep them right on off my bookshelf and put something else in its place as we progress through 2021 and new books and stuff come along that I'm much more interested in. So that is it. Happy reading to all of you out there. Hope you guys have a great year. Please. We'll see you on the flip side. So I can't wait to get started. I think I might go ahead and just go ahead and since I already got these books down, I'll go ahead and get started. For 2021 is dedicated to Maxine O'Callaghan, basically.